So the next law is this now. Now, in the situation whereby we have the word that is having an indefinite article, definite article already. I'm sorry, definite article. Don't forget that definite articles is our article D. Article D. And what is article D called in Hebrew? It is simply called al. It is simply called al. So you can see that in my previous video on the articles in Hebrew. So I explained to you al is D. I told you that in Hebrew language there is no representation or identification of indefinite articles, which are a and an. So for instance, if you are to say a king in Hebrew, so it's just going to be melech. If you are to translate to English, it will be a king or simply king. But there is word we use for the definite article, which is D. So, and I give example like it's also reflects in Arabic language. So whenever you hear something like al, for instance, you have al-amin. Al-amin means the trustworthy. Al-Qudus, the something. Al-Yusuf, al-Kinika is just talking about the. Do you understand? That al there is just representing a definite article, which is D. So now, in this situation now, we have a word that comes with an article. That comes with the article D. That comes with the article D. So what will happen there? What is going to happen? So what is going to happen is, let me explain that in a very simple way that you're going to get. You will just simply remove the H, which is the H that we have. You are going to remove this one, cancel it. You remove that one, that is one. Then the consonant, now the vowel under the lamed, under the article, will now be taken by the inseparable prepositions. I told you the first step is that the A will be removed, which is H. Then the short vowel A will now be placed under the preposition. Under the preposition. So now let's see example. For instance, let me use the word the king. The king. Let's say the king, for instance. No, the king, sorry. The king. The king. That is the king. I want to say the king. So don't forget that the king in Hebrew is written as Amelech. 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 So this is a word on its own. Amelech. That is the king. Amelech. Now you want to say to the king. In the king, as the king. So how do you write it? So don't forget that the rule states that H, which is A, is going to be removed. It will disappear. Now the inseparable preposition will now replace the H. It will replace the H. So this is it. It is very simple. So the king will now be Lamelech. Lamelech to the king. So what do you think happened there? So this is what happened. You can no longer see H there. It is not Lahamelech. I want you to take note that Lehamelech or Lahamelech, it is not like that again. So since the inseparable preposition has taken over, it has snatched or it has sent away the article, the H there. So it's now the one, it is the inseparable preposition that will now assume the short vowel. That is why we are having Lamelech. So I believe that I should know how to write the rest. In a king or in the king will now be what? Lamelech. Don't forget that in is Bet. Then we have our Melech. Melech. So as a king, because what we are the king, as a king will now be Kamelech. 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 So that is to the king, in the king, and as the king. To the king is Lamelech, not Lahamelech. Lamelech, Bamelech in the king, and Carmelech as the king. So that is that about the sixth pointing or the sixth rule. So I'll now be moving into the last rule. The last rule is now divided into like three parts, which I will try my possible best to make a comprehensive explanation of that. So thank you for watching again.